Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're just going to make a little tri-fold journal insert. So I hope you like my video. If you do, I just ask that you give me a thumbs up and check out my other ones. And then just a friendly little reminder about the Junetober coming soon. So I'm going to be one of the collaborators. I think it'll be fun. So I'm just only going to show this once in a while, just as a reminder for anybody that wants to watch. So we're going to start out with a piece of this daisy paper. I have little notes written here and there, just to remind me where I'm supposed to put everything. And I don't have anything written there. I hope I didn't forget something. So this piece is 12 inches wide by, I think it's 4 inches. Yes, 4 inches. Now this would be good if you had double-sided paper, which I don't. So I'm going to be matting the back of it. And this could be, you could fold it this way as a tri-fold. You could fold it this way as a tri-fold, like an accordion fold. But I'm just going to fold it this way because I think I like that better. So this design here, I just have envelope pattern that I periodically use, so I just trace around it. You can see it better on the white side. I have it inked a little bit, but if you come across fancy envelope tops that you like or that, keep them as little patterns, and then, you know, you can make your little fold outs and fancy envelopes and all that good stuff. So I cut my pattern or my mat to match this here. I just stuck it up there together like I wanted it, and then I just paper clipped it and cut them both out at the same time. Then I can move it back and it gives me that little tiny bit of border. I didn't leave too much of a border on these because I didn't want a lot of the white showing. I inked it somewhat, but I didn't go overboard. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac, and hopefully today it just doesn't ooze out all over the place. So how's everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone is having a nice day. Our weather's just up and down. Warm and cold and warm. Especially when it's real cold. Well, I don't go out too awful much unless I absolutely have to, because I'm definitely not a warm-blooded person. I'm a cold-blooded person. I can wear gloves outside when it's cold and my hands still freeze. Okay, so there's that one. Now this is a paper that I used one day. I used just a little tiny bit of it, and it just has little phrases all over it. Playful, hello, joy, lucky, no-brainer, this is it, paradise, magical, joyful, you got this. I like this paper. I think it's just really cute. Now, before I go on, so I don't forget what I'm doing, I cut out my little paper reinforcers. That's not the one I want on this side. And I want to glue this on and punch my hole Then I don't have to worry about it, because this will be for our closure. Let me just use this. So you could do this project if you just had, you know, strips of paper left over. You could make it narrower this way if you just wanted a mini one, or you could make it wider this way, whatever you wanted. Now I'm going to go ahead and punch this, then I'll put the one on the back. Okay, let go of it. Now just try to ink that a little tiny bit, tiny. I don't like it when it doesn't cut clean. My that size paper punch I have is just like older than the hills, and you may have to cut some sandpaper or something with it. Every once in a while it just kind of sticks. Now I'll put my other one on. I should have cut one of the other pattern to put on here, but that's all right. That'll just kind of blend in, and that'll be good. And this is not a difficult project, so that's also a good thing. I just have to remember that it goes this way. Wish I could get my blue ink in there, because that didn't cut right. Oh, I could just ink it up a little bit more. Yeah, so we have it inked up quite a lot. Okay, now we can go ahead and mat this one. So number 2, I had to number them because this one's a little bit wider than this one. First time I cut them too short, so I had to cut them again. And then I sit and ask myself, what was I doing? What was I even looking at? I don't know. And then this one. Some projects I wouldn't mind having the double-sided paper, but then for other projects I kind of think that the double-sided paper, some of it gets wasted because you can't see what's underneath. There we go. Now let me set this on here. Hopefully that'll keep that from drying out. Now what do I want to do first? We might as well just start right here and on here, I'm just going to put a little side tuck pocket. And then I made this little fold out, just a little journal paper. Hopefully it didn't glue itself under there. Nope, it didn't. And it's kind of a blue tint. I say whenever I use it, it really is blue, but on the camera it shows white. And then I rounded the corners like I like to round them. And then you can just stick that back under there. And that's just going to sit in this part. So I'm only going to glue my 3 edges. Try to make this video where I better turn that around or I'm not going to do the right 3 edges. Trying to make this video where it's not quite as long as the last one. The last one was pretty long. There we go, and I didn't cut a thumb notch in this. I don't really think it needs a thumb notch. And then that'll just sit in there, and that's lower than this design, so when it's closed, you're not going to see it. Okay, now on here, we have a pocket and a tag. Turn it around. And I'm just going to do a pocket like this. I'm going to sew my, I'm going to sew. No, I'm going to glue. I'm going to glue my 3 sides. How many of you like to sew? I used to love to sit and sew. Now, as far as sewing on paper, well, yeah, I don't know about that. I never wanted to ruin my sewing machine. My sewing machine is really getting old now, though. Now, I just made a little pocket or a little tag to go in my pocket, but I figured I don't want it to just look like that, and I didn't want it to just look like that. So I'm just going to put the 2 pieces together. It'll be something like this, and then we're going to add a daisy. How's that? Anyway, I used to love to sew, and I would never sew paper with it because I didn't want to ruin my sewing machine, and I don't know if that's a craze I can get into, but these days, yeah, I don't like to sew. It feels like an effort if I have to sew something. Like I say, my sewing machine is getting old. I got it when my daughter was a toddler, and I still have it. And sometimes it sews like it's supposed to, and other times it doesn't. Let me just wipe this glue off of here. And that can just sit right in there. I inked the back of this a little bit. That'll sit like that. Oh, wait a minute. We have to put this on there. And I thought we would just top it off with a little daisy. There, and I think that's cute. What do you think? I like that. So that'll slide down in there for a little journal space. Then we have, excuse me, I had a frog in my throat. Okay, then we have a little envelope. Now this envelope I have a pattern for this. I cut a bunch of them out, and they're just out flat like this, so when I need to use one, all I have to do is glue it. It is 6 inches, and from flap to flap, it's 4 inches. So I did these flaps, these little gusset jobbies, like a 1/2 inch. And I just kind of, I think I showed these one other time. I just kind of sat down one day and was just messing around with different kinds of envelopes. It was quite a long time ago, but maybe one day. And I'm pretty sure I said clear back then, and then I kind of forgot. Maybe one day I could just sit and do some envelopes, just to show my patterns and stuff like that. So I just put glue on there, and then I'm just going to fold that up, and that makes a nice open envelope. Now these are not perfect because they're cut by hand, and I can't cut a straight line. I can draw the straight line, but I can't cut it afterwards. So on the flap, I put a piece of this paper, and then I had 2 little blue leaves, and then I just put a little, almost looks like angel wings. Just put a little gem in, kind of just to go with the center of the daisies. So I'm just going to glue this down here. Now, I didn't think about the back pocket. I think I'm only going to glue 3 sides, then I'll go off and just cut another piece of paper to go in there. Or for right now, I have 2 pieces, so one can go in the envelope and one can go behind it. So I'm only going to glue the 3 sides. Now wait a minute, I don't want to glue it down yet. I'm going to use this as the closure, and I put that kind of down. I shouldn't have put it right there. Maybe I could move this up a little bit, because I need this just a little bit higher. And then maybe I could put the gem up here in the center or something. Oops. Shot it right off the table. Maybe I can set it up there. So let's set that aside a minute, because I want it to be able to hold the envelope shut. So I'm only going to glue like maybe to this line. Across there. I use my Fabri-Tac, then I can move it around a little bit if I have to. So I just put a little glue on there. And we'll just kind of eyeball the center a little bit. And open that up so I don't glue it shut. Okay, so something like that. Then maybe we can just set this up here. I think I better wait until I close the thing so I can see where that glue's got to go. And then I might have to take this glue off of here. Okay, so I got that glue off of there, so it shouldn't bother anything there. So did I lose? There it is. So I think I can just put the gem up there. I think that'll be all right. We'll hope it's not in the way. I didn't think the leaves looked very good all by themselves, so I thought a gem would help it. So something like that anyway. So I'm going to glue it down. I'll glue the 3 sides. I don't know where my little froggy comes from. I didn't have a frog in my throat a little while ago. That has it come up just a little bit. Just a little. There. Well, I don't think that moved up as far as what it should have, but I think it doesn't look too bad. All right, so these little papers, they're just small, so one can go back there. And so, you know, we have journal space and the other one. And that can just go down in the envelope. And then we can close that. Them leaves on there is making that kind of stiff, but it actually works pretty good. All right, so there's the inside of our little I don't know if you want to call it a folio or what you want to call it, but anyway, we can call it a folio. Now here, what do I have going on here? Nothing that I know of. I think I forgot this flap. All right, so I'm just going to lay this out flat. I have this little pocket. I'm going to put it down here, and then I made just a little notebook. I only did 3 papers, so we have 12 pages plus the inside covers, and then that'll just sit down in here. And I put a little blue flower on there. I thought that was pretty. So this one here is the back of our little fold-out jobby. But it's not going to hurt it to have a notebook on the back, because this will work nice in a little pocket, or it can be a little standalone. Be a great little gift for somebody. I need to figure out something for here. Would have to be something small. Maybe I can put a little side tuck and another little piece of journal paper or something. So hang on. Okay, so I just cut another little pocket, little side tuck, and made another little fold out. And where this is doesn't really take up a whole lot of space for writing. So that wasn't hard to come up with. It was quick and painless. And I made it short enough that it won't show when the top or when the front cover is closed. So that'll just slide down in there like that, and then that'll close over it, and we won't even know it's in there. And it's still not too bulky, just a little, but not too much. So now we can decorate the front, and all I'm gonna do, I really couldn't figure out what to do on here. So hopefully this thing looks okay. It says Fantasy. It's just a little chipboard thing. Had a little hole in it, so I put a little gem on it. I'm just going to put a little cheesecloth down here and set this on there. Hopefully it's going to look okay. A little bit different color, but sometimes you need just some little thing anyway. So I'm going to try to keep that about there. And put me some glue down. See if this is still okay. Yeah, I think so. And we'll just fold this back. Put a little more glue down. I think that'll be okay. And then we can just go ahead and glue this down. This had a little, one of them little foam dot things on it, and I took it off. I think I was going to use it on something else and I didn't. So that's good. We'll use it here. And then the little butterfly is dimensional. It's up on a foam dot. Just kind of hold this down a little bit. I think it kind of needs to just bend a little. There. What do you think? Doesn't look too bad, I guess. Fantasy. I could have had it up just a little higher, but I didn't. So we're going to roll with that. Now to close it, all I'm going to do is just use a little bit of this chenille yarn. Get this at the Dollar Tree. It's so soft, but the ends ravel so bad. So I think what I want to do, I'm always kind of like, well, I really don't know what I should do here. Let me see, how many times can I wrap this around? We'll just make this a little bit longer. And then I think this length should be enough, and then I can just cut some off. I'm just going to tie it like this, and then we can just wrap it a couple times and just go down through there. I think that should be just fine. What do you think? I think that should be okay. Or if I mess with it and decide I want to tie it and then tie it around, I can do that also. But these ends, I'll have to knot them off and put a little glue on them. And so that's our video. That's our little, I'm just going to leave it like that for now. You guys can pass suggestions on as to what to do. Because generally I tie it, I think. I don't know. Different ways to do it. Anyway, let me know down in the comments what you think. I think it turned out really cute. We probably could just look through one more time as we open it up. So we have this. And then we have a little writing paper here. So a little, I don't have that in the center even. A little fold out, but lots of journal spots. Another one here. I like these little journal papers that fold out too, and they don't take up much room. Then our little tag. I thought the tag turned out cute. And our little paperback here. And our little envelope. Could just pull that right up. Take out our little journal paper. I think this turned out pretty cute. And then we can just put that back under there. Fold this over. We already did that, so don't fold it over, Terry. We'll do this one in our little notepad or a little notebook. Guess we'll call it a notebook. So there we go. I think we covered all the bases. Yes, I think we did. All right, everyone. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day and come back to see me for my next video, and happy crafting. Bye for now.